Thank you.
Okay, so let's go. So we cut the first part. So we are on Friday the 13th. Magda, good morning. How are you? Okay, this morning?
Yeah, thank you, Tom. And you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We're on for interesting stories today. And let's kick off with this discovery scandal. Well, I call it a scandal, but let's see how to develop. Please, headlines are, please, Magda.
Discovery to charge Poland with violating investment treaty after bill bans US media ownership. Discovery said it has formally notified the Polish government that it will take legal action under the bilateral investment treaty between the US and the Republic of Poland after that nation's parliament passed a bill yesterday that would prohibit foreign ownership of media, including Discovery's broadcaster TVN.
Biggest news of the day, biggest news of the week, the month, maybe the year.
Yeah.
I mean, this is... it's already a broken pieces coalition, right? That's formally technically over. It jeopardizes a lot of American investors in the country. I mean, they're taking on an army of US lawyers. Good Lord, I wish them luck. They're going to descend upon the government and in arbitration. But more importantly, it really kind of soils a very, very good relationship between the US and American businesses. So hopefully this will be corrected, will be fixed soon. But we can go 1,000 angles on this, from new Tusk coming in, from political issues. But it's a big deal. We will see what happens with it. It'll be an interesting story to follow. And I hope that they'll back down from it, because it will have some major implications on the US investor relations in Poland, which have been so stellar and wonderful so far. Okay, next story.
InPost introduces anti-smog cobblestones. The Green City program is part of InPost's long-term strategy, covering a wide range of innovation and environmental initiatives.
You know, another brilliant move by Rafał Brzoska, possibly the best entrepreneur in Poland today.
Yeah.
Covering himself with green, renewable, hitting all the right buttons there, checking all the boxes. Really cool what he's doing. Of course, it gives a wonderful a PR glow to InPost as well, but it's really actually really doing cool stuff. So that'll be fun to watch how that goes. InPost doing great things, going to be growing very quickly, and we'll see what else is up their sleeve soon. Okay, next story.
Societe Generale wins 8.5 million zlotys financial advisory deal for 3 offshore wind farms. Polska Grupa Energetyczna has selected Societe Generale as a financial advisor to arrange and obtain financing for the construction of the Baltica 2 and Baltica 3 offshore wind farms, the company said. The contract value is about 8.5 million zlotys.
So this is a great deal for Societe Generale, of course. They will be playing investment banker to PGE, who's going to be raising lots of money for very capital-intensive offshore wind. So they're going to have a very interesting SPV capital structure for these offshore wind farm projects, a mix of equity, a mix of debt. Interesting how that will roll out, but congrats to SocGen for getting this deal. Okay, next one, please.
Pay later comes to Poland. Zalando introduces deferred payments. The Zalando fashion platform launches deferred payments in Poland. The company did not establish cooperation with companies offering such services, but introduced its own solution.
Yeah, this is great. This has become a huge deal in the US, where you buy things now, not a credit card, they let you pay it later, 30 days, 60 days. It's now coming to Poland. It's taking the US by a storm. It's going to be big here, and Zalando is doing it by themselves on their own. Smart move, great online retailer. So we'll see how that plays out and how much more that gets adopted in Poland. A lot. Watch it happen. Okay, next story. This is like a Kafka-esque headline of the nuclear world. Go ahead, Magda.
Polish nuclear company Headless. Minister may step in. Robert Ostrowski has ceased to be the president of Polskie Elektrownie Jądrowe, formerly known as PGE-1. The current Minister of Climate, Michał Kurtyka, could become the new president of PEJ. I'm sorry.
So PEJ. So the current Minister of Climate becomes now the president of the nuclear company in Poland. Anyway, interesting. We can play with that for a long time as well. Okay, next story. CCC.
Yeah.
Yes.
CCC's new HalfPrice retail concept hits Budapest. The HalfPrice retail chain from the CCC group has opened the first store abroad in the center of Budapest. The Polish brand has further plans for foreign expansion. More venues are to be opened in Austria and the Czech Republic.
Yeah, big expansion for CCC in this new concept of HalfPrice. Gonna work very well, working very well in Poland. Now they're gonna expand pretty cleverly just in the neighborhood, Hungary, Austria, Czech Republic, and then bite off further expansion into Western Europe, Germany, and France. But smart move again of CCC, good concept, right in the middle of Budapest, Vörösmarty tér, which is the Nova Sviat of Budapest. So we'll interesting to see how they'll develop with that. I think it'll go great in Hungary, and that, of course, they've proven their model on non-Polish markets. So we'll watch that, because if it works, they're going to roll it out, blow it out across the continent. Okay, next story, please, Marta.
Poland's PlayWay takes global first place in gaming ratings. Shares soar 13%. The premiere of new games by the Polish publisher PlayWay took place on August 11, and 2 of the 3 places on the world podium are occupied by his productions.
Yeah, big deal. Polish global stage on the gaming. We've been talking about gaming on this channel a lot, the gaming companies in Poland. Poland has the largest number of gaming companies listed on any stock exchange in the world, exceeding Tokyo. We have our own event in October as part of the C-Tech X-Tech Awards. The daytime is focused on gaming, finance only. So it's a huge business. PlayWay, while its stock has gone down quite a lot the last 12 months, it's a big pop up the last couple of days, 13% up. Okay, next story, Magda.
Gowin kicked out of the government, risking key business reforms. The resignation of Jarosław Gowin significantly complicates the already difficult situation of Polish business in the pandemic reality. Gowin, although formally a signatory to the Polish New Deal, has repeatedly criticized individual elements of the tax reform as being harmful to Polish business.
So this gets back to our first story about discovery. I mean, Gowin left really because of the fight of the media control, and so this is a pure definition of the peace coalition disintegrating here. Gowin has been pushing for some key reforms to businesses, so it's got a lot of businesses scared about what's going to come now if he's out of there, which is kind of protecting some of their interests in their opinion. So we'll see how that develops. We're going to follow this discovery media peace coalition story a lot in the coming weeks. It's a big deal. We'll see what happens as things unravel or unfold, let's say. Okay, next story, Magda.
58 startups get 31 million zlotys grants in Eastern Poland. 58 startups applied for funding in the 11th round of the Development of Startups in Eastern Poland competition. More than half of them received a recommendation of support from the Polish Agency for Enterprise Development. 31 million zlotys will be distributed to 33 companies.
So again, you've got a good idea. Maybe you got a good idea, Magda. You got free money out there. These are grants. If you set up in Eastern Poland, also Northern Poland around Pomerania has such grants, and Kujawsko-Pomorskie, Eastern Poland as well. They're of course trying to balance out the economic development across Poland, which has been mostly in Warsaw, the big cities like Krakow and Wrocław and Poznan. They're trying to move some of that economic development to the east. Nice program. We'll see what comes out of it in terms of some startups. We're looking forward to seeing 2 or 3 or 4 breakouts from that program. So it'll be fun to see. And again, once again, those startups are listed on our website, not on our website, but you can link to the original story and see the full list of every single startup that got granted. So cool feature and cool, I think a cool product offering for us. Okay, next story, interesting story, last story, maybe my funnest one for today.
Fantasy becomes reality. The Witcher game become a real-life school. A company in Poland is making fantasy dreams become reality by running its very own Witcher school. 5 żywiołów, which translates to 5 elements in Polish, runs immersive LARP experiences dedicated to the fantasy world of The Witcher.
Interesting. There are different worlds out there.
I have to read more about it.
Yeah, it's interesting. The so-called live action role play is a big thing. You've got people dressing up as the gaming things. It's a massive business. And this company has now created a training school. It's like a 3 or 4 day school, 3 or 4 day lessons. You learn archery, you learn shooting, you learn how to, anyway, lots of things that are interesting. So cool idea, fun to see how it develops. Funnest story of the day, and we're done, right?
Yeah. With this story, we end our today's and weekly Business Polska Live.
Exactly. So we're back on Monday morning. You guys, everyone, enjoy the weekend. Magda, you too. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. Bye, Tom. See you.
Thanks.